I don't remember how to do this. I hope you can hear me. I hope you can see me. That would be a bonus. Everything would be a bonus. I have no idea what I'm doing. Welcome back. Give me a big hi, hello. I can hear you in the chat if you can hear me. If you can't hear me, then don't say I can hear you in the chat, because that really won't help things at all. Yeah. I guess we're back. Somehow or other, all working great. Thank you very much. Welcome to the stream. Epicino. Loving it. Yeah, so I'm back streaming. I have taken a long break. I had some stress-related time off work, and I really needed to take a break, and I'm really excited to be back. And I really, really, really want to get this Laravel broadcasting stuff working. Now, I hope my stream's still going, because I have nothing set up correctly here. And it's really annoying. It's really annoying. Docs. I haven't got my stats in a doc. There we go. Yeah, we're still live. We're all good. It's all good. We can see here, right? Yeah, it's all good. So yeah, what I want to do is, oh, maybe I'm not working okay. Yeah, no, looks good. Yeah, so what I want to be able to do is to, we've done this a load of times, right, on stream. Thank you, Rodelius. We've done this so many times on stream where I've really wanted to control a front end from an event that happens in the back end. And that's partly because I work for Twilio, and so I'm handling webhooks all the time. This music's really distracting me. I don't know if it's distracting anyone else or if it's just me. I'm a bit of New Zealand story of the day. It's all good. Yeah, so I handle a lot of webhooks when events come in with Twilio. Like, we use webhooks all the time. And I'm constantly fighting for the best way to update the front end from an event that happens in the back end, right? All the time I'm thinking, I use Twilio Sync. I've been messing around using Firebase. There's like document databases that sync automatically, CouchDB and PouchDB. There's all this good stuff that you can use, right? But I know the Laravel has broadcasting baked into it using Pusher, right? Baked into the IDE. So I'm like, why haven't I tried this yet? And let me be honest, I am doing the research for a talk. Hello, Kobayawaka. I think I remembered how to say your name. It's been so long, but I think that's pretty good, right? We'll say it's pretty good. That's fine. So yeah, it's baked into Laravel, right? It's completely baked into Laravel with this broadcasting stuff. Now, you can use Pusher as the kind of server that will manage the communications between your back end and your front end. So I've created a Pusher account. And yeah, I did tweet them earlier saying, I'm probably going to reveal my API keys on stream. I hope it's really easy to cycle them. And they're like, yep, it's fine, but I wouldn't recommend revealing your API keys on the stream. Because, you know, I always reveal my API keys on the stream. It is what it is. So yeah, I'm thinking, right, what I'm more interested in is there's this open source alternative, which is by, I think it's by Frakes company, right? Beyond Code, is that Frakes company? I'm so bad at remembering. So this is an open source server replacement for Pusher. So you don't actually have to use Pusher. You can use this open source application as your Pusher replacement. But I don't really care about that in the short term. I'd like to get this working today using Pusher. So we have the official docs right here, and I've got a Pusher account, and I've got a Pusher channel, and I've set up my API keys in my environment variables because I always forget to do that. And so I thought I would do it today so that it's all good. And then I really, really would like to just be able to, I don't know, create a command in a CLI command in Laravel and run that command and then see the front end automatically get in the update and then see where we can go from there. So it is Marcel's company. Of course it is. Epic. Yes, I'm a buffoon. It's Marcel's company. Yes, Frakes' company is Spatey. I don't know how you pronounce that. It's Belgian, right? It's Belgique. Spatey. I feel like there's got to be like a spacey. Thank you. I feel like the S is like maybe I'm too Netherlandsed up. Yeah, you're right. Beyond Code is Marcel's company. Thank you. This is how long I've been away from developing software. Actually, I've been writing a lot of software, but really just trying to figure out the best tools for this job. I'd love to write a talk about being able to update your front end without a keyboard and a mouse. You know, for things, for me, it's like when I'm working on the booth or um, when I like want to put, you know, you can imagine you've got a TV in your office and you want to like have a big announcement when a new user signs up, or, you know, all these cool things that you can do with your websites essentially, but without interaction using a traditional keyboard and mouse. I'm really into all that stuff at the moment. Probably redo my Twitch overlays in the new year again for the third time using whichever tech I think is cool. So I'm really excited. Anyway, we need to get this going. Now, I read all the documentation here, and it's like most documentation is quite intimidating, right? But then I found this really cool thing from 2018, which I have no idea whether it'll work or not. So I thought, you know, why the hell not? Why the hell not see if this tutorial works a lot coupled with the documentation, right? So I've got a brand new Laravel website here. I just did a composer create project, Laravel, and then broadcast. It's completely brand new. The only reason I spun this up upstream is so that I could get these keys from, I've got a brand new pusher account where I've created, I think I created a channel. Yes, I did. Genial Bike 822, which was the name they gave it. I was going to call it something useful, and I'm like, no, Genial Bike is fine. It's funny. I like it, so let's use that. So yeah, I've just got a brand new Laravel project and a brand new pusher account, and I'm just going to try and do this because I'm really interested to see if it works. My TV turned itself on. Off, please. Also, the weather's pretty brisk here, and I did create a new scene that I'd like to see. Like, oh, it's not looking good out there. So if you start hearing, like, it was hailstoning earlier, I hope you can still hear me while this scene is on. I'm sure you can. Exciting new scenes! Woo! Yeah. So I'm excited to get back to doing this. There's a few tools I'd like to use. This is the first one. I've been messing around with Firebase, which is pretty cool for this kind of stuff too. But let's see if this works. So, blah, blah, blah. Now, you know I'm not actually going to read all this because I've already read it. Honestly, I promise I've read it. I'm not just skimming through it for the pertinent information. Setting up the prerequisites. In broadcasting, there are different types of channels: public, private, and presence. I don't really care about this stuff in the short term. When you want to broadcast your events publicly, it's the public channel that you're supposed to use. Conversely, the private channel is when you want to restrict event notifications to certain private channels. In our case, we want to notify users when they get a new message, blah, 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 bloop, bloop. First, you need to enable the default Laravel authentication system so that features like registration and login work out of the box. Okay, let's do that anyway, because I normally like to just like... I'd normally just like to... Oh, I've got my freaking... Slack is badoying in at me. 1 second. Let me turn that off. Stop badoying in at me, Slack. Somebody's replied to one of my threads. Of course they have. Quit. There we go. Show... I don't know where my keys are. There we go. Yeah. So, good afternoon, Mark. How you doing, my friend? How you doing? Missed you in PHP Scotland this year. I know, like, I saw you, but didn't hang out properly. I'm distracted. Oh, yeah, so I need to install the authentication layer, which I always forget how to do, even though it really should be the first thing that I do all of the time. Authentication. Authentication. Getting blown around a bit. Yeah, it's a bit brisk here. Like, it's not too bad at the moment, but it was pretty brisk a minute ago. I'm sure I can just do... Yeah. Isn't there just like a 3 command? I don't want to use Breeze. I've never had any success. I just want to do like... Come on. Isn't there just a way I can just install a UI and then install the auth stuff? Come on. I thought there was just 2 ways I could do this. Like... Such an idiot that I can't be... Yeah, it is 8.x. Do I have to use Breeze or whatever? Laravel Breeze is a minimal, simple implementation of all Laravel's authentication, including login, registration, password research, email verification, and password confirmation. Okay, fine. Okay. Okay, I'll do this. I don't care about auth. Am I getting distracted already? It's like I completely forget how to do this. I've done that. Okay. PHP Artisan Migrate. Oh, I was going to try and get chat codes working, but I never did. What did I call it? Broadcast. Broadcast. PHP Artisan Migrate. I probably haven't created a database. Create database. Broadcast. Okay, and then we go here and we go to app. God, it's been so long since I've done anything with this stuff. Is the database in here or is it in DB or something? I've completely forgotten database. Oh no, it's in the M file, isn't it? Idiot. Idiot. My password is incredibly secure. Broadcast. Okay, now I should be able to PHP Artisan Migrate. Away we go. Cool. Awesome. Now, if I go here, I don't have any login or anything here, right? So I really thought there was a really simple way to do that without having to use, like, anything. Is this the way you do that now? Do you know, Mark? Because I know you do a lot of, like, Laravel dev. Is this the actual, like, way you do this now instead of, like, PHP Artisan auth install or whatever? Okay, let's just do that then. Fine. Fine, thank you, sir. Okay, probably missed a step there. Yes, I did. Idiot. Read the manual. I'm using PHP 8.1, so we're going to have to live with a lot of yellow deprecation notices. And then we should be able to do Breeze install. And then we need to do whatever the next bit is. npm install, blah, blah, blah. Do all of these things together. Stevie, how are you doing? Good to see ya. Good to see ya. Good. How's the weather down your neck of the woods? It's actually stopped raining now, so that's good. npm install. Why does it always take so much longer than anything else? Okay, so then we've got the auth stuff, right? That's all I need to do. I guess I should... It's raining heavy. Yeah, it was really raining and hailstones bouncing off the ground, but it's all good now. Okay, nothing left to migrate, but if I PHP Artisan serve, we should now have a login and register, right? Register, name, Gary H. Gary had hopped it in. Password is password. You're logged in. Awesome. Okay, so I know we need that for this tutorial that I'm working on. Why am I want to use this as well for 0.0.0.0. Is it 8080? I forgot what port it uses. 8000. No, I want to use Firefox for this, please. 8000. There we go. Oh, you're on the other side of the valley now. Well done. Yeah, the coast here isn't so bad. I mean, it's pretty windy, It's pretty brisk out there, let's be honest, but it's not like absolutely lashing it down with rain anymore, so that's good. Okay, so now we have this. We can log in. Gary at hoc.in. Password. We log in. Awesome. That's what we needed. We needed to be able to. What it is, I know we need the authentication because we use the auth user ID to create a channel unique to that user. So I knew that we needed that. Okay. So now we're going to use the push a third-party service as our WebSocket server. You need to create an account. I have. Make sure you have the necessary API credentials with your post registration. I have. Next, we need to install the Pusher PHP SDK. I don't know if we want to restrict to this version. Because I'm using a 5-year-old. I'm using a 5-year-old version of this, right? Of this tutorial. And so Laravel's probably going to need me to be using... Yeah, we're up to 7 now. Laravel's actually... I'd be very surprised if Laravel worked with that version. So let's just install the latest version. It is fine. It's not even limit ourselves to a version. What the hell? Oh, okay. PSR log, PSR blur, package fixed to 2. Oh, this is never easy, right? This is never easy. I am using PHP 8.1. I can easily roll back though. I want to go. Yeah, I probably need to roll back at the moment. Pusher PHP Server 7 requires PSR log 1 or above. Found PSR log 1 or 1.14, but the package is fixed to 2. By partial update, then that version does not match. Make sure you list it as an argument for the update command. Now, is that going to be a problem? I don't think that's going to be a problem, right? I don't see that being a problem, personally. We'll find it. Oh, try it and see. Yeah. Okay. Looks good. Looks good to me. Okay. Then we want to set the default broadcast driver to Pusher. I believe. I don't think we need to change any of this stuff. I think it's just changed the broadcast driver to be Pusher, which is easy enough. It's up here, right? Default broadcast driver is Pusher. Yay. As you can see, we've turned to blah, blah, blah. We also had a cluster. Oh. Does it matter if I add cluster or anything? I didn't really want to care about doing that. Because I've got cluster in my environment variables, which is a U. And encrypted true. Use TLS true. Okay, so I think this is just newer versions of the same. It's so cool to be working off a 5-year-old tutorial. Yeah, I have all this done. Next, I had to make a few changes in a couple of core alpha files. I don't envisage having to do this. So I'm going to ignore that. In broadcasting, the responsibility of the client side is to subscribe to channels and listen for desired events. Under the hood, it accomplishes it by opening a new connection to the WebSocket server. Luckily, we don't have to implement any complex JavaScript stuff to achieve it, as Laravel already provides a useful client library, Laravel Echo, that helps us deal with sockets on the client side. Woohoo! Also, it supports Pusher service that we're going to use in our article. Good. You can install Laravel Echo using the npm package manager. Okay. Fine. Here we go. Well, what we're interested in is the node values, blah, 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 that you should copy to public Echo.js. Surely you shouldn't do that. Right? Surely it should be available. Surely you should be available I wonder if there's a better tutorial than this. Let's take a look in the actual. Let's take a look at the actual official documentation. Is anyone using Broadcasting in their websites because I'm really interested to know if you are. Marcel did a lot with sockets. Yeah, so we were just talking about that, Steve. Essentially, right, the broadcasting comes with a pusher connection, and then Marcel's Laravel package replaces pusher. I use wire pole. Yeah, I'm trying to not to use pole. Like I understand why you'd use that, but I'm just going to be investigating this for a talk. Like I specifically want to use Laravel Broadcasting. That's the exact aim of what I'm here to try and figure out. So it's all good. I think we do need Echo, right? Although it's probably already installed, I would imagine. Okay. So we've done all this stuff. Client-side installation. Yeah, okay. So we did need to actually do a slightly different command. I probably should just use the like official docs, right? Once Echo is installed, you are ready to create a fresh Echo instance in your application's JavaScript. A great place to do this is at the bottom of the resources.js, bootstrap.js, okay? Bootstrap.js, thank you. Oh, I already have it commented out. Awesome. Pusher require pusher.js, yeah. Window.echo equals new echo. Key, da-da. Okay, that looks exactly the same, right? Yes, it does. Awesome. I probably should just use the official docs. That's probably more sensible. You may compile your application's assets. I shall do that. Thank you. Awesome. If you already have a configured pusher channels client, see, what I've probably done here now is I've actually like skipped all of this up here. Okay, let's start again. Many blah, blah, read all this before. We're going to use the pusher client. That's all good. To get started, we need to do some configuration. Yes. Event broadcasting is accomplished by a server-side broadcasting driver that broadcasts your Laravel events so that Laravel Echo, a JavaScript library, can receive them with the browser client. Don't worry, we'll walk through each part of the installation process step by step. Good, even though I skipped it and did a random tutorial I found from 2015. No, that's not fair. Where was it from? 2018, sorry. All of your applications event broadcasting config is stored in the broadcasting.php config file. I've done that. We've done this. A null driver is included. Yep, lovely. For broadcasting any events, you will first need to register the app provider's broadcast service provider. In new Laravel applications, you will need to uncomment the provider. I think that's done already. Let's check, though. Let's check. app.php. Providers. Yep, that's enabled. Awesome. Worth checking, because otherwise I'll be like, yeah, that's definitely right. And then I'll be like, oh, no, it's not. Oh, no, it's not. You'll also need to configure and run a queue worker. All event broadcasting is done via queued jobs so that response time of your application is not seriously affected by events being broadcast. Okay, I don't think I have this. Do I need to do this? I guess I do. I'll take one API, please. Hi, Craig. How are you doing? Nice to see you. Yeah, I haven't revealed any API keys yet, but all bets are off. Like, I am going to assume that this works out of the box, and then when it doesn't work, what I'm going to do is, in fact, I just need to do this, right? I just need to do PHP artisan queue tables, so that we're using a database table as our queue, and then PHP artisan migrate. Any particular API key you'd like, Craig? I have many. And then I probably need to, I probably need to tell it to use the database in the M file. Wonderful. I am pro Laravel developer. That should be pusher for a start. Queue connection. Database. I don't know if I need to start any workers then. Let's take a quick look. Okay, I think that's good enough. I probably need to start the workers at some point. But, like, we can just ignore that for now and then worry about it when nothing happens. And I'll go, I knew I had to start the workers at some point. I absolutely knew it. Okay. And run a queue worker. Yeah, we do need to have a queue worker running. Queue worker. Running it. Yeah. I just need to do queue work, right? Let's just do the minimum possible. Artisan queue work. It's doing something, right? So I've got a worker running in my mind. If I don't have a worker running, we'll have to come back to that. But I think I have a queue worker running to do that. Perfect. If you plan to broadcast your events using pusher channels, which I do, yes, you should install the pusher channels PHP SDK, which I did. You should configure your pusher channels credential. Done that. I don't care about that. I don't care. I've done that. Finally, you need to install and configure Laravel Echo, which I'm doing. Awesome. The Laravel WebSockets package is pure. Yeah, this is the pure PHP Pusher compatible WebSocket package that allows you to replace Pusher. I'm okay with using Pusher in the short term. I would like to see about replacing Pusher if I get time. We shall see. Awesome. Client-side installation. We've done this. We've done that. We've done that. Okay. Concept overview. Laravel's event broadcasting allows you to broadcast your server-side Laravel events to your client-side JavaScript application using a driver-based approach to WebSockets. Awesome. We've read that. Before diving into each component of event broadcasting, let's take a high-level overview using an e-commerce store as an example. Excuse me, I'm going to sneeze. I did sneeze. In our application, let's assume we have a page that allows users to view the shipping status, and we need to do something using an event, right? That's fine. When a user is viewing one of the orders, we don't want them to have to refresh the page to view status updates. Instead, we want to broadcast the updates to the application as they are created. Exactly what I want to do. So we need to mark the order shipment status updated event with the should broadcast interface. This will instruct Laravel to broadcast the event when it's fired. I guess I need to create an event then, right? And create an event that implements should broadcast. Okay. Now I'm getting confused and I love it. So we just want to create an object, a value. Order shipment status updated. Okay, that's an event class. It's a class that is describing an event, and that event is that the order shipment status is updated, and it implements the should broadcast. Okay, let's just try it. Let's try it and see. Definitely. So let's just go to our app. No. This is the root namespace, right? App. It is. So I can just do like, and we're in app events. Let's just, can I create an event using Laravel? Artisan event. Make event. Yay. What event shall we? Thank you, Mark. What event shall we create? Let's create, I don't know. Something cool happened is the event. Something cool happened. Yeah, look, two of you. you both thought of the same thing, but unluckily for you, I ain't gonna do that. Let's clean up these unused. And I don't think we need to use any of this stuff, right? We don't need to use these traits. I don't need that. I don't need any of... Oh, broadcast on we'll be using in a second. But let's make this as copied. I don't care about the order instance at the moment. Yeah, I'm thinking I can just write a command, right, Craig, that I can run from the command line that will do something that I can keep whacking, running the command, the CLI command, and then it'll do something, and then we'll see it in the front end. So we definitely want this to implement should broadcast, though. Should broadcast. Awesome. And then I want to add the method steps for blah, blah. Awesome. I don't care about a constructor at this point. That is also awesome. We can clean up everything here up. I'm actually writing code. Look. Cool. Should broadcast interface requires an event to define a broadcast on method. This method is responsible for returning the channels that the event should broadcast on. An empty stub of this method, yes. So we don't need to fill in these details. We only want the creator of the order to be able to view the status update, so we'll broadcast the event on a private channel that is tied to that order. Okay. Do we want to return? Do we want to use private channels, or is it easier if I just like write the first demo in public channels? Like, I'm not interested in restricting stuff at this point. I just want to get this working. So I'm thinking simplifying it by using a public channel that everybody would see. Maybe the future here. Thoughts? Anyone got any ideas for me? Come on, I know you're out there. Yeah, right. Too late. I'm going to do it that way. It's all good. We can always try it and see. I don't even know if a public channel exists, so... Oh, okay. A public channel doesn't exist, I don't think. Is this private channel? Illuminate broadcasting private channel. What have we actually got under that then? Illuminate broadcasting. We've got private channel and then channel. I feel like I should probably copy... Yeah, I feel like I should just use a private channel. Just for now, because it's so much easier. And we'll call it... let's call it... Kobayawaka as the channel, rather than it being like a specific order number. Is this too small? Sorry. Should have made that bigger, right? We'll just call it Kobayawaya. That's fine. Oh, remember, users must be authorized to listen on private channels. We may define our channel authorization rules in our application's root channels.php file. In this example, we need to verify that any user attempting to listen on the private order 1 channel is actually the creator of the order. Do I care? App models order. What? Hello? I don't want to do any of this crap. In this example, is this because I'm going to be returning the whole order and so I need an actual model to return? Let's take a quick look at what's going on. This is Laravel's magic, right? I think this is to do with Laravel's magic, and I think Laravel's magic doesn't expect you to return a string. It expects you to return a model, and I think that then that model needs to have, needs to be running this in order for you to protect it against unauthorized users receiving this broadcasted event. I don't know how it knows to use this order though. Let's take a look down here a little. This is the front end part, right? And I should be able to get there if I create a model. Should broadcast interface requires a single method, broadcast on. The broadcast on method should return a channel or array of channels that the event should broadcast on. The channels should be instances of channel, private channel, or presence channel. Instances of channel represent public channels. Okay, so let's do that for a start. Let's just do that right off the bat. We can always add We can always add more layers of protection later. I just want to try and get this working. Okay. So then we have an event. I have my event. I don't care about any of this stuff. Good. By default, Laravel will broadcast the event using the event's class name. However, you may customize. I don't care about that. When an event is broadcast, all of its public properties are automatically serialized. Awesome. Okay, that makes more sense to me now. So when an event is broadcast, all of its public properties are automatically serialized and broadcast as the event's payload, allowing you to access any of its public data from your JavaScript application. So, for example, if your event has a single public user property that contains an elegant model, the event's broadcast payload would be user blah. However, if you have more fine-grained control over your broadcast payload, you may add a broadcast with method to your event. This method should return the array of data. Okay, so we can do that. Let's just do that for now. Broadcast with. This should return a channel. Broadcast with should return an array. Array! No, just a normal array. Just a normal array, please. Without the callback, I think the channel would be public. Yeah, I guess. I could have just said return true. That's all I was thinking I would do in that callback, Craig, is just go like, return true, and then everything. There is no protection, but this is okay. So let's return... Jeez, I haven't typed for so long. What should we return? Let's just return an array of peeps who's spoke today. And then we got like peeps who spoke today. Just Steve King. Just Steve King. We've got Craig Simps. We've got Kobayawaka. We've got Mark Railton. We've got first time chat just in at the last of Arno FPS. Welcome, Arno FPS. I don't know if anyone else has spoken and I've missed them. Oh, Road, of course. And Epic. And Rodelias. There we go. Okay, those are the peeps who spoke today. So I think this should work. Now. Oh, well, that's nice to hear from you, Arno. Thanks. I don't force anyone to chat if they don't want to, you know. You do you, but it is nice for me to be able to say hi and thank you. Okay, so now I need the front end, right? The fronty endy, which is here. Next, all that remains is to listen for the event in our JavaScript application. I didn't figure out how we dispatched it, by the way, how we actually dispatched the event. I guess I need to figure that out as well. We're getting there. Let's do something here. Next, all that remains is to listen for the event in our JavaScript application. We can do this using Laravel Echo. First, we'll use the I'm terrible at this stuff now, right? I need to require this and stuff. I mean, can I just chuck this in resources, JS, app.js? I don't know what Alpine is, but I'm sure I can do like, sure I can do that. Then I can do that. I think I need to go back to bed. I feel like that, Mark. I feel exactly like that. Like, I really do feel like, look, the sun's blasting in one side now, so I look like I'm a freaking... I think I need to go back to bed. I spent 2 hours debugging an issue, only to discover by accident that the reason I couldn't replicate the bug was due to a lack of items in an array. You just write a test which has those items, and then you're right back. I need to close a window, I think. Is that annoying? That I've got like one side of sun on me here. I think the approach would be to add event service provider so it fires when a model is updated. Oh, okay. I don't know. I'm hoping I can just fire this event myself somehow, right? There's got to be a way I can just fire this event myself. Surely. We'll figure that out. It's all good. We just want this stuff in, right? So I would want it to be private though. I want it to be public, right? Or channel maybe. I don't know why I don't get I don't know why I don't get code completion. Okay, what did we call the event again? That's the channel name. I'm going hard all in on the mentality of try it and see today. Listen to something cool happened. We'll get there. I'm confident that we'll get there. And then just log the entire E. Because, oh no, E, it'll be like the name of the... No, let's just log the entire event. That's fine. Is this... Whoa. Whoa, this is freaky. What is this? What the heck is this? It's added the doc blocks in. I've got 2013. 2013. I wish it was 2013. I'd be so young. 2021.3 installed for PHP Storm. And I just got completely distracted by, yeah, there is a channel. Get a channel instance by name. Yeah, that's fine. Look at that. Wow. Okay, there is a channel method. I just don't know why this isn't giving me code completion. Let's try it and see. It's fine. So now I need to npm run dev, right? To recompile my JavaScript. I know I can do watch or something in another tab, but whatevs. This sun is really annoying me. Okay. Is this... That's better. Hello. This isn't doing anything. What have I done? Isn't it npm run dev? Sure it is. Oh, now it's doing something. You just have to type it twice. It's just common software engineering parlance where you just like type it twice and then it works fine. Okay, so I'm hoping that if I PHP Artisan serve, I haven't broken any of the... I keep opening it in. I'm using Opera GX. I think this is a Chromium-based browser though. I use this as my personal browser. I don't know why. Some kind of gaming browser thing that I got suckered in when I watched a YouTube video sometime, and I keep opening it there. Okay, so I should... Okay, so I have actually broken something here. Laravel Echo Webhook CLW. How you doing, CLW? How you doing? I don't think I have a shout out. Like my channel is so CLW. Oh, I do have shout out enabled, even though it's been since forever. Okay, Laravel Echo Webpack Importer Model default.channel is not a function. So let's try. I think there's a problem with my importing here rather than anything else. Have I still broken this? Yeah, I gotta do this npm run watch now. This is so painful. Broadcast. Your power's out? Dude. I should be able to do that though, right? Your power's out? It's like really bad. The weather's terrible here, but I can't show you now because I just closed my curtains. If I show you my weather cam now, you just see that. Because the sun was like flying in my window. So, power's out. That's not good. Okay, so that compiled successfully. Now it should say private is not a function. Yes. This is just my basic knowledge of importing stuff from JavaScript, methinks. Methinks. I'm trying to find out if they're going to give me... Oh, they're not using import here. Yeah, I think something like... This looks good. I just think this bit is wrong. Can I tell it to automatically import that for me? Oh. Surely that's caused... No, that's weird. Now I don't have an error. Huh? Oh? Maybe I don't need to import it. I'm so confused. Okay, so now we... where it was... Craig said... Need trait dispatchable on the event so you can then manually fire it with dispatch. Thank you, Craig. You're owning it, sir. So I did need... I removed those traits. Oh, I did configure... Cobra, you're rocking it as well. If I can remember what the hell I did configure Echo. So it's already imported, right? Is that what we think? Because Bootstrap and app.js get compiled into the same mushy mashed up JavaScript file? Maybe? Anyway, distractions abound. Magic. What was the trait called? Dispatchable. Events, I guess. Okay. I'm interested to see what this does. So now that gives us dispatch out of the box, right? Dispatch if, dispatch unless, broadcast. Oh. That's probably what we need, right? Anyway, I think we're ready to try it and see. And I think I know how we want to try it and see. Because I'm guessing that my front end, I'm going to see the console.log here now if I dispatch it. I think we're ready. I think we're ready, yeah, I think. And I think, so what we want to do here is get back to my another window. And then I want to artisan make command. Is that a thing? Oh, yeah, I should be in the right freaking directory though, right? Oh, come on, bro. No, I'm in the right one now. Artisan make command. Except it has to have a name. Do the cool thing command. Okay. And then we go do the cool thing command. And I've been working with commands, so I know how to do this. So let's just say dispatch. Is that going to be an already Laravel thing? Dispatch event? What do we think? Boop. 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 This output info. I'm gonna do something cool. This output info. Cool thing done. Okay, check the command works first. No. Oh, self I can replace that with, right? That's what it's complaining about. Boop, boop, beep. Boop, bop. That should work in my mind now. I should be able to do like artisan, whatever I called it, dispatch event. That is one of my favorite things about Laravel, by the way, how easy it is to create command line commands. Like, I absolutely love that. That is so much fun. And I love it. Okay, so now in between this, we need to actually do it. So I'm guessing we can say event equals new, do the cool thing. Oh no, this is the command. Command broadcast. Didn't it have? Hang on. I'm confused. Oh, this is the command, idiot. What an idiot. Come on. What did we call the... Something cool happened. It was an event. Something cool happened. Okay. Okay, calm down, Gar. Take your time. It's static. Oh, okay. Okay. If it's static, then so be it. You're owning it, Craig. Thank you. I should be able to just broadcast, right? Do we think that will work? Place your bets. Can I do a polly thing? Poll. Will it work? Yes. Definitely no. Okay. Will it work is the current question. Do we think that this code will work and generate something in the front end of the JavaScript? I mean, I guess this is debuggable, right? Because we should see the queue do something, I would imagine. And I would also imagine that we should see an event in the pusher backend. So this is going to be like pretty easy to debug, I would imagine, to figure out if things are working. But my question is, am I going to see in the console here, let's refresh the page, am I going to see the event appear in the console? That's what we're asking. You've got another 20 seconds. Come on. Here we go. Who knows if this is going to work? I suspect it might work. Here we go. Yes is the winner. Okay, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. So I should just have to run this command again, right? Boop, beep, boop, beep, boop, boop. And it should do the thing between I'm going to do something cool and the cool thing being done. It didn't error. First point. It did not error. That is pretty cool. Oh my gosh. Who was the one person who didn't have any faith in me? Who is the one person who didn't have faith? Disgusting. That is so cool. Shame on them, I agree. Now, we can read docs. We can read docs. We can. Yeah, I would like to see, like I should see event. I should see these events here, right? It worked, so I would expect to see. Oh, did it? Oh, of course. It's because it created a new channel called Kobayawaka, right? That's why. And I was in the other channel. I see one event here. How do I see the actual channels? Beams! I don't know what beams are, but they sound awesome. No, I changed my mind. Channels. No! Pusher. Okay. Genial bike. Oh, there it is. Okay. 2 messages sent today. Has someone else sent a message? No. Something happened. Source map error. Error. Request failed with status 404. Why? What? Why did that error happen? Huh? Fearless. How you doing? So nice to see you. Yeah, we've just done the whole thing that I came to do in an hour, so I'm going to round the stream off. I'm not. I'm joking. Was hoping I'd be able to see the event here. Or do I need to be on the console, maybe, and then send the event to see it here? Oh, yes, I do. There we go. That is so... I have to say, right? This is pretty cool tech. I am suitably impressed because what I really like doing is to have the front end being a React app and the state being what we send it from the back, right? So this object here could be the state of a React app, and then we could just replace the state of the React app with the event, the state that's come from the back end. And I absolutely love that because it automatically updates your front end. It's so cool. But I have no idea how to get React working with Laravel anymore. I feel like this is something I do every single time I stream, is like, I don't know how to get React working with my app. Blah. I feel like it's just like something I always do. Surely there's got to be an easy way. Install React with Laravel 8. Like, I should just learn Vue, but I'll give you a peek. What are you going to build to demo? I'll give you a peek of something I've been doing while I find it. Let's go here. I'll give you a peek of something I've been doing that I'd like to replace with this tech. This is something I built using... when I've been off ill, I've been off with, like, massive head work. Look at all these abandoned projects. So cool. I've been off with like, a bit burnt out and stress and stuff, so I took a couple of weeks off work. And I built this thing called... Don't I have a front version? It's just called Lifey, okay. And then I can do npm run start. Rum minus rf star when? Not today. Anyone who wasn't here earlier recognize this? So this is the way I want to run my life now, right? I want everything to be in tabs. And what I really want to be able to... what I really want to be able to do is to create this app that gives me tabs for everything. So I've got, like, this is the RSS feed for BBC News. So if I go to the back end and then do Artisan News... update. I can't remember my commands. I'll catch up with chat in a sec. Sorry. Livewire plus Alpine.js. I know what that is. I got no clue what that is. Livewire and Alpine of Vue. I mean, I never get Vue working. Nice to see you too, Mr. LS Tables. Everything all right? News refresh, I think. No. There are no commands in the news namespace. That's not what I expected. Refresh news. That's why I'm an idiot. So if I do refresh news, this uses Firebase. It uses essentially exactly the same tech, and you can see the news coming in here, right? As it hits the RSS feed and it updates Firebase, and then the event from Firebase comes through and updates my front end. And the same with the YouTube videos. With the YouTube videos, I'm subscribed to, like, random channels that I just picked. And every time they publish a YouTube video, it does a webhook that updates Firebase. And then Firebase updates my front end. So my front end is always in sync. So if I remove one of these here, it's updated Firebase by an API call to the back end. And what I'd really, really, really like to do, if I had the patience and the time, is to build this out so that it's got everything that I ever want in these columns. Live my life by Kanban, right? So I've got like the events from my calendar for today in a column that I can just close. I've got like anything that I'm interested in that I want to subscribe to. I can have a column here, and then I can just like filter use by just pressing slash and starting to type. I'd really like to be able to do that. It's like my procrastination app. So I'm thinking the problem I had was this became really, really painful with Firebase in the end. Also, like interacting with the Google Calendar API was a nightmare, and I just was trying to do this for fun, and then I ended up not finding it fun. So this was my first attempt, and Firebase was a good fit. And this is all to do with my talk, right? The talk that I want to do is all about easy ways to keep your front end in sync without necessarily using a keyboard and mouse, right? That's what the talk is. So if you missed it at the beginning, I'm doing research on different methods we can achieve this kind of behavior for a talk. And the talk is like front ends without keyboard and mouse, essentially. So a really good example is I'd like to use the tech that I decide on, the platform I decide on to build new overlays for Twitch next year, because I'd love to come back to streaming on Twitch more often. So next year I'd really, really like to be able to build new overlays for Twitch. And you don't use a keyboard and mouse, right, to interact with Twitch. You use other ways. You use it hitting an API, you know, like a webhook, or you use things in chat to trigger things to happen. So I really, really want to find cool ways to do the same thing. So there's a talk in this. Twilio Sync I've used heavily in 2020 and 2021. Those have been on stream. Like I've used Twilio Sync tons to do this. I don't think it's the most elegant way of doing it. I'll be honest. I know I work for Twilio, but I think there are better ways to do this, because I find the whole setting up the JSON-P token, authenticating, I find it all tedious. So I'm like, okay, maybe that's not the best way. I've done Firebase. I can show you how Firebase works in another stream if people are interested to see how that works. I know there's CouchDB and PouchDB I'd like to investigate, and I'd like to investigate Laravel's baked-in solution. So I'm all for whatever solutions you think are best to do this. And now I'm getting all teary because you said you've missed me, and that's very nice. Thank you all. I've missed you. Not so much Felix, because I saw them in person last month. So sorry. So let's see. Why not just use Nuxt.js, Vue, and Laravel backend? Best of both worlds. Because I have no idea how to do that, Lee. I have no idea how to do that. 2 months ago. Jeez, Ken. I literally have no idea how to do that. And if that's what you think would be a good way to do this, what I really, really like is being able to update React state. And I'll show you for why. I will show you for why I like to do that. So I think it really keeps the front end, and I'm not saying necessarily React. It could be Vue state, could be whatever state you want. Like I'm not saying React is the best way. Just I know React. So if we go to my React app here, like I set the state to be null, essentially. There's my BBC News column, there's my YouTube column. And then you have to do this jiggery-pokery so that this is in context inside this function. And then when the component did mount, I reveal my API key on stream, which I did say I would do. You're right. You're right. Damn it. God damn it. Oh no, this is a read-only API key. It doesn't count. Read-only API keys don't count. All you get to do is to read stuff from my... all you get to do is to read stuff from my Firebase, which is fine. Anyway, It's fine. So yeah, I set up my Firebase here, right? And then we get the Firestore. We create this query, which is pulling stuff out of the Firebase Firestore. Time for a pint, yeah. Quite probably, mate. And then on the snapshot, on this query changing, I just set the state to be whatever's changed. And I really, really, really like how clean this is. Because essentially what we're doing is putting this snapshot from Firebase into the state. And then when the state changes, it automatically re-renders the front end. Because the front end, like, and we've got the same thing for YouTube. So we've got two states here. And I really, really like that. All we do here is we're removing the card from the state, right? So excuse me. If I click on one of those, this removes it. So when we render it, we just say, if there are like cards to render in the BBC News column, then render the BBC News column. And the BBC News, we send it down as props. So we send the data down as a prop, and we send the remove card state down as a prop. And then in here, we've just got this function, because I couldn't be bothered to pull in something to render the time difference, which is rubbish and probably should be somewhere else. We've got the API we use to remove the card from Firebase, which is why I've got read-only in the front end with Firebase, because I don't like giving the front end write access. So we have to hit this API that's being exposed via ngrok. That's the Laravel backend. And then we remove the card from state, and then we just render it here. And I really think this is so clean. Now, Vuex state is even cleaner and in a separate file. Meh. I don't really care about it being in a separate file. I mean, it's in my app.js. I really, really like this, and I know how to do it in React. Can I be asked to learn Vue? No. Should I? Because Laravel's really opinionated, and everything that Laravel talks about is using Vue. Should I do it? Probably. But you can see if I update the Firebase here by doing empty news, for example. So empty news just cycles over. I didn't know how to empty an entire collection. So empty news just deletes everything. You can see, like, as the cards get deleted from Firebase, they're just removed from the front end. Because essentially the React state is tied to the React state is tied to the actual records that are in Firebase, which I really find incredibly elegant. I'm leaning more towards Livewire mostly as less extra code in JS to write. Fair, but I don't really mind writing JS code anymore, and I feel like writing JS code in PHP is fraught with danger. I know we've looked at Livewire on this stream before. I liked it, I'll be honest. Personally, I much prefer Vue, having switched from React. Just feels more natural, if that makes sense. It doesn't make sense, but that's okay. Each to their own. So if we refill these news columns now, I'd love to be able to build this in... Is less writing JS and PHP more just rendering layer and queries? I know those words, but in this order, Kat, they make no sense. You tell me. Livewire Alpine is awesome. I've been in Nuxt Vue. I don't know what Nuxt is. I'm an old man, and these new fangled JavaScript frameworks scare me, but I don't know what Nuxt Vue is. Having tried React and Vue, I agree Vue is more natural to me. So are you trying to say I could build what I built? What are you trying to tell me? If I could build, because my actual aim here, right, is to take, my actual aim here is to take Firebase out of the equation, right? We could store this in a DB. We could store this in MySQL, and then just use Laravel's broadcasting that we just got working, like the pro people that we are, to render this, right? I would say MySQL, Postgres. Welcome, Strafe Dot. And there's a new framework every week, it feels. There is. Like, I don't even know what these things are. Let's take a look at what Nuxt.js is, shall we? I just don't... I know this is like old man yells at cloud mentality, but life's too short for me to learn. Like, I feel like I know React pretty well. There's code I've written in React, like on the internet, that I wrote when I worked for the BBC. It's there, it's live. Like, I've published React stuff to production, and I know it relatively well. When I went to try and look at Vue.js last time, like, I had this terrible combination of Vue 2 and Vue 3, and I couldn't figure out what documentation and tutorials was for Vue 2 and what was for Vue 3, and I was like, oh! So yeah, I don't know what to do. It's getting pretty frisky out there now. Oh, there goes my green screen. Hang on. Is this gonna work? It's pretty frisky out there now. Like, that storm is annihilating me. Oh well. I don't know. Do I go all in on the intuitive Vue framework? Isn't Vue already a framework? Jesus Christ. Build your next Vue.js application with confidence using Nuxt, an open source framework for a framework. An open source framework for an already framework. I need another week off work to get over this open source framework for open source framework. That's what I need. Okay. What do we do? I guess we try and get React working. Next 3 beta is out. What? Okay, let's. I have no idea how Vue works. That's my problem, and I'm finding it very difficult. I'm finding it very difficult. Yeah, but Laravel isn't around Symfony, is it, Felix? Laravel is not around Symfony. Laravel uses some Symfony components, right? It doesn't wrap entirely around Symfony. You don't have to pull the full Symfony stack down, and then Laravel wraps around it. Someone needs to do that. We hear you like frameworks, so we put a framework in your framework so you can framework your framework to make a framework. Yeah. Next is just a server-side render for Vue. Welcome to the chat, and really hard fixer. Okay, but we already have server-side rendering with Blade, right? Oh, I feel so old. I feel older today than I have done for like a long time. I feel so old today. That's fine. It's all good. We're going to use React. What the hell? I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know. I'm loving it. Sorry. It's the old angry Gary meme, I guess. It's all good. How old is this that I'm looking at here? It is Laravel 8, 29th of May. This should work, right? I've got that, and then that, and then I should have that already because it was a dependency of the, authentication. Breeze, did we call that? The authentication thing? I just jumped into the convo, so I don't know what problem you're trying to solve. What I'm trying to do is to build, so what we've done so far, unruly, is we've essentially created an application, right, where I can trigger events in the front end from the back end using broadcasting and pusher. Laravel's broadcasting, which is baked into Laravel, and I find that is really cool. So if I trigger this event that's in Laravel, let's close this for a sec. So if I trigger this something cool happened event, yeah, which is it just returns an array. More people have spoken now. Unruly hot fixer and definitely strafe dot, whose name is Nathan, I believe. I did read that and then I didn't. It's my Twitch gear, isn't it? I sent you the Tailwind play link on Twitter. Oh, thank you, Nathan. That's awesome. Yeah, that was really, really useful when I was actually trying to build what we were looking at just now. Awesome. And, of course, the mighty CLW has spoken. So we created this. This is just an event. This is just some code that implements the correct interface in Laravel and uses the dispatchable trait so we can dispatch it. And then, so when I run this command from artisan event dispatch. So when I run this command, I think I called it event dispatch, didn't I? Oh, heck, what did I call it? Command. Dispatch event. I'm so bad at these command line things. So when I dispatch that event, we see it in the front end. Yeah, there we go. We see it in the front end. So what I want to be able to do is to update my front end with events that happen in my back end, right? And as I said, I've done this a million different ways over the years. Like the people who've been on the channel will have seen me using Twilio Sync to do this. I just showed you an example using Firebase. I'm just trying to investigate what I think is the best way to trigger events in JavaScript in the browser from essentially PHP or Laravel in the back end. Like that's all I'm interested in really, because I'm trying to write the talk about being able to do this sort of fairly easily. So I'd like to come up with a way that I think is easiest to do. And that is what this... Yeah, I'm using Pusher. I am using Pusher. I don't know if that was lol because I'm using Pusher, or you should use Pusher, lol. But I'm using Pusher here. We can replace that, of course, if we ever wanted to, but I don't know why I would. Seems to work pretty cool. Seems to work okay for me. Yeah, late to the party. Yeah, I know, and we can replace that as we were talking, right? We can replace Pusher with... we can replace it with Beyond Code's, with Marcel's, pure Laravel implementation of Pusher. So if we wanted to, take Pusher out the equation and have our own server, which I don't know why I'd want to do that. I mean, perhaps I'd want to do it, but maybe not. And so this app that I was showing you is something that does that. When we run this command, so this app that I'm showing you here is uses Firebase to do the communication between the front and the back end. This is what this app uses. It uses Google's Firebase, and it essentially syncs the Firebase collection with state in React, which I think is really, really elegant. Everyone in chat disagreed with me, but I don't care because this is my stream. You can disagree with me as much as you damn want. I don't care. I don't care. It's all good. So, for example, if we empty news, this will empty the Firebase. This command will empty the Firebase collection. And as the Firebase collection gets emptied, you can see the front end stays in sync with the fact that the Firebase is being emptied. And so this is the kind of really cool stuff that I'm really interested in doing. Is essentially what I want to be able to do is to keep state in React in sync with the database, or a database, whatever that may be, whether that's MySQL, Postgres, and do it via the backend, do it via the Laravel app, because I prefer the logic to be in PHP because I'm a PHP developer. And I prefer my front end to be just this sort of non-logic renderer, essentially. I just want my front end to be a renderer, to render things correctly based on the state. That's what I want. Someone get a McGuinness. Do you know what? I had a terrible night last night, sleep, and I'm supposed to be playing pool today. And I wasn't going to go because I had a terrible night's sleep and my stomach's been a bit bleh. But the longer the stream goes on, the more I'm thinking I'll probably end up playing pool tonight and having a Guinness. Who knows? So yeah, that's what I'm trying to build. And I think that we've done well already. I just now need to install React to see if I can get this event updated in a React front end, because then I feel like I'm in a really good place for this to work. So yeah, what were we doing here? We were doing, I guess we want to stop Webpack and stop, that's the app we were looking at there. I need to do some tab amnesty, otherwise I'll get... Okay, we'll keep the queue working because that's not going to help. We'll stop the PHP artisan serve, right? So, what was I doing? Yes, PHP artisan UI React. Oh, UI is not installed. Because I didn't compose a require first. That's the second time today I haven't composed a required first, like an idiot. I need to get back to Ireland so I can buy him a real Guinness. I would love to get to Dublin soon. I would love to get to Dublin soon. If there's a possibility of getting to Dublin, I will get to Dublin. I love it. Absolutely. Absolutely. Then we can do the UI React. And then this should break everything, right? I don't really care if it breaks everything, if I'm honest. Please run npm install and npm run dev to compile your fresh scaffolding. Okay, I will. I will do that. Thank you. Oh, it's only Tuesday. You streaming today, CLDeb? Or are you meetinged up? Meetinged up is the word. If he's still here, he's probably in a meeting right now and is just can't. Okay. Please run mix again. Okay, I will. He just started streaming. Oh, okay. Well, that answers that question then, right? That answers my question for me. That's all good. Okay, so now I guess if I PHP artisan serve, it's going to look awful because... Yeah, that looks pretty awful. Because I no longer have... I guess that's because I no longer have Tailwind, right? Anyone want to make any guesses as to why this looks so bad? Because this looks good, but I know that login uses... fact. In fact... Yeah, look, it's trying to use Tailwind, not Tailwind. Yeah, Tailwind and something else. We saw it in the docs earlier. That's fine. I don't really care about how things look at the moment. Like, I can totally just get rid of all this tat anyway. I don't care. I just want... In fact, if we go to, I believe it's home.blade.php, right? For logged in page. No, I'm wrong. I'm a wronger. I am a wronger. This is why I don't. Probably. It's a good point. It's a reasonably good point. It was on the site. Was it? Did I not read that? Lee, did I like? Oh yeah. Didn't I do that though? I didn't do that, did I? What an idiot! What a buffoon! Yes, I will replace my login and I will replace my register, my app. That's fine. And then we can PHP artisan serve. Okay, that looks better. Awesome. Watermelon. I haven't been called a melon for a while. Thank you. Watermelon. I love it. Okay. So now we should still be able to dispatch events, right? Artisan. I've forgotten what it's called again. Did I call it dispatch event, which would be the logical thing to call it? Hopefully this still works. I suspect it won't work. It doesn't work. It's broken. And I think that's because of this being overwritten. Yes, it is. Because what we've done is we've overridden the echo configuration. Yes, I was just saying that, Craig. Thank you. I'm paying attention. You should be paying attention. Yeah, I was just suspecting that that's what was going to happen. That's what happened. So now I need to do the event setup stuff that was like here somewhere. Echo dot. No, app bootstrapped. Yeah, here, which I should be able to add there. No, that's got to go in bootstrap bill. Oh yeah, it's all just that. What's Axios is the HTTP request library, right? The JS HTTP request library. Hello, Forky. How are you? Why is this all unresolved? What the heck's going on here? Lodash, I know, that's filtering and stuff. What is going on here? Why is this all... Module is not installed. Run npm install then. I'm good, Farky. Yeah, I'm good. I'm glad to be back streaming. I've got like lots of stuff that I'd like to get done in the next couple of weeks. So I'm hoping to stream, a reasonable amount of time. You probably need to refresh in the folder tree. I've got so much stuff that I'd like to... What, reload from disk, do you think? Oh yeah. I've never had to do that before. You tell me. It's all good, man. Okay, then in Bootstrap, then in app.js, we need to add the bit that tells it to channel. Yeah, here we go. This one, right? No. Yes. There. And then what was the channel name? I've forgotten already. Kobata Waka. Oh, excuse me. Good gracious. And then the command is something cool happened. And then we'll just console.log e, right? That should work. Do we have npm run watch? No, we don't. Silly, you're off for you. Well then, do your work and I'll see you next time. Leave me on in the background. It's fine. Okay, cool. So, I wonder if we can replay events. That'd be cool if you could replay events from here, right? 14:01, that's right now. Can I replay that? No, I have to do it from my command line. I have so many tabs now. Right, that's the worker. That's Webpack. That's PHP Artisan Serve. So this is the one where I dispatch the event, right? Yay! Happy Tuesday! Okay, cool. So, do we actually have components, though? Yes. Is this not... This isn't being used anywhere, though, right? So now we need to go to app.blade, app.blade.php. It's not using this anywhere, right? Yield content. Home.blade.php, as I said. So we should be able to, that should require components example. So this, an example should bind to the DOM somewhere, right? But it's not. It is. It needs a DOM with an element with the ID example. Do we have an element with the ID example? No. You are logged in. Is it actually saying that? It's not. We know you're logged in. Why is that not working? Surely it should be saying that. Dashboard, I think, not home. Okay. Fair, sir. That is fair. It still should say you were logged in, though, right? In my mind, this should definitely say you are logged in. It's doing main class py4, which is in the layout here, but it's not yielding to the content. Is this supposed to say what? Is this supposed to say what layout it's using? X app layout. Does that do that? Is this newfangled Laravel that I'm not aware of? So that's telling it to use the layout. App, awesome. And then it's saying X slot header, which I'm imagining is a component. I'm getting so confused. Dashboard. It's not using the, it's not actually rendering any of this stuff, right? It's rendering this, it's not rendering any of the stuff from, what's the root saying here? Get you or I get dashboard. We are in dashboard. Return the view dashboard with the middleware auth and the name dashboard. That should work. I think this is the equivalent of section. Yeah, it's saying use the app layout. I think that's what this X app layout is doing, right? Is instead of me having to do like, I think you used to have to do like at layout or something to tell it what layout it should be using. I think this is this new componentized Laravel 8 stuff that I rarely use. And then it's saying header, so it's not rendering it's not rendering any of this in my mind. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, I think it is the equivalent of yield section, Nith. I think you bang on there. I just don't know why this isn't getting rendered. Because it should be, right? It's the web.php is saying use the view dashboard. So then it will be using dashboard.blade.php, which is using the layout, which we know it's using. I just don't know why any of this stuff isn't working. Bizarre. Yeah, it could be the layout file. That's a really good call. I bet the layout file is out of date compared to the way that we are. Because this is saying yield, so it should have a section content, right? Let's take a look at. Sorry, I'm just checking who's messaged me in case it's important. Not important. Not important. Not important. Lovely. Okay. Layouts. No, we wanted components, right? Yeah, looks good, Mark. Yeah, I haven't actually seen I haven't seen the layout components using these components before. Like I've always seen template inheritance, this way of doing it, so I didn't have a clue. And what's happened is when we've messed about here, does the slot need to match with this? And if so, what about this bit? That won't be rendered if I just put slot, right? Because this doesn't have isn't part of a component. Let's see. Let's definitely try it and see. So instead of yielding here, we echo slot, right? We do doot, 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 doot. Well, it's okay. You don't have to. Just tell them this is work. You can tell your boss from me that this actually is work, okay? So yeah, we do get you're logged in, which I didn't expect to see because it's not part of this slot component. Weird. We don't get the dashboard bit. That has really confused me. That's really confused me. I was expecting to get this and not this, but what we actually got was this and not that. Oh, so I need to echo out header, but this doesn't have an X slot in it. It's slot like standardized if you don't give it a... I'm so confused. I'm so confused. I should probably read the documents, which is like the standard thing to do, but... Oh, okay. Slot is default for the template. Okay. So I don't care about... I don't want to have to do that. I just want to put slot. So let's just, like, remove that, and that should work, right? Still? Because it'll just use the default slot. Am I correct there? Try it and see. Yes. Cool. So now what we want is example. No. Get rid of all this crap. Or let's have dashboard there and then just have div id equals example. This should then allow us to start in our React, right? What's wrong with that, by the way? Unknown tag X app layout. I don't care about that error. Okay, so now what we've done is this is where we've handed over our control to React, right? You need to close your div. Of course I do. This is where, now this is a React component, right? And we can see that right here. So this is where we can pass our state in. Awesome. I'm getting quite excited about this again now, as you can see. So now in our example.js, which I'll just keep calling example.js until the cows come home, this is not Tailwind. Has Tailwind been removed? Why do I care about that at this point? Is this something that anyone should care about? Extends component. So I'm just changing this into a class. Yeah, it's Bootstrap. I'll just worry about removing the Bootstrap and adding Tailwind back in one step at a time. So I'm just changing this into a class so that it can have state, essentially, at this point. That shouldn't change anything. It should still all work. It does. So now that it's a class, we can have a constructor that can handle the state. So it's constructor. I've forgotten how to do React already. Let's just hold it in data, because why not? Props. We don't have props, but we may have props, so we should, in case we ever call this with props, we should pass them in, just in case. That should also change nothing, except we should now see the state here, which we do. Awesome. Now we do the example stuff that we now don't want in app.js. We want it as part of this component. So component did amount. Component, so this is just an event that gets fired once the component's mounted and ready to like do something. So now instead of so let's think about this first. This still should work. So let's say if this .state.data is null, then we haven't got any data, so we'll just return an empty div. So we should only see an empty div now, right? Which we do, because there's no state, there's no data. It's not when it's rendered. Component did mount. These components, there's like events happen as part of the component's life cycle, and component did mount happens when it hasn't been rendered yet, but it's ready to, it's been loaded in enough into the DOM or whatever. I don't really know these JavaScripty terms, but it's ready to do something, right? So it's pre-rendering, and it also gets fired every time something changes, essentially. No, this gets fired once, but the code in it, we can use it to like attach listeners and attach event handlers and stuff. So this is the perfect place in the life cycle of the event to like run some code once the component's in a position where you can do that. That's such a bad explanation, but I'm pretty sure you understood what I said. So for now, for example, if I fire the event again, we should see it because that code's run as part of component did mount, and we should now be able to just set the state, right? We should be able to set the state here by saying this dot set state data equals the event. So this won't console.log it anymore, but what it will do is it'll update our state of our component in React to be in whatever was sent to us by the event, which is cool. So now you can see we have that data available in our state. Now this is where it becomes super cool. Because now I can say, okay, once the state's updated, we'll say these people spoke in chat today. And this is why I kind of like this. And I know that you can do this using Vue probably. I just know React, so it's fine. So then we'll do a UL, and then we'll say this dot state. Oh, how do I do this? I've forgotten already. My mind is melting. We need to do a map. We'll do this. We'll say const allies equals this dot state dot data dot people. I've forgotten what the hell I called that stupid key. People state today dot map peep equals return li peep. Does this make sense to people who know JavaScript, what I'm doing? I'm creating the elements before and then I can just include them in the DOM down here because it's laziness. So now I've got this LIs, which is just a map of the people who spoke today. I don't know why it doesn't like that. Unresolved variable. Oh, it's because it doesn't know that this exists. Because we've set it to E, right? And E, it doesn't know what E looks like. That's fine. So then we should be able to do like LIs here, and it should echo that out. This should be double curly braces. I feel like this should work. So we haven't had any events fired yet, so we can't render anything. Then if I fire the event, hopefully it'll render it. I busted something. I definitely busted something. Objects are not valid as a React child. Did I return that? I thought that would work as a map. I've used this loads of times before. Let's open. This is me not remembering basic JavaScript because I'm like an idiot. Let's take a look at what I do. I do that here in the column, right? I say render items. Where do I define items? Const items equals this.props.data.map. Yeah. That should be fine, right? Oh, I think it needs to be a div that you. Does it need to be a div? I know it needs to have a key. I don't know what I've done wrong there. That looks like it would be right to me. Object with keys LIs. Maybe it's the double curly braces. That's a good shout. Welcome to the stream. MCSGO. It's a good shout. I've done this a million times before. I'm just like an idiot today, which is fine. So we dispatch the event. The event hits our front end. Objects are not valid. Let's console.log. Right, let's check the state of the component. Oh, the component can't render. So there's 3 errors though. You need to put key. Yeah, I thought it would just give us a different error if I didn't have a key. I know what you mean. Like I can do key peep equals. Is it key peep or is it peep key? And that item is an object. Okay. Is it because I don't have the key in there that this should give me the index, right? Index, let's call it. Does that look better? Oh no, it doesn't look better because, yeah, it does look better. Let's try it and see. I'm going to do a console.log here as well. There's a double. Yeah, I thought it is supposed to be a double curly braces to echo out something, though, right? No. Good point. Object first, index later. Thank you, Marcel. Yeah, that's the problem right there. Good spot, MC. Good spot, MC. I still would have had to do this later anyway, by the way. It would have still complained at me for not giving the object a unique key. It would still have complained about that, but it's fine. Okay, let's try again. There we go. Okay, so what I would now expect to be able to do is to change that, is to change the command so that it returns more or less people. And when I dispatch the command, this updates automatically, right? This is the whole point of what I want to do. Is I want to be able to run PHP in the back end and know that my front end is... I want to know that my front end is up to date without me having to do anything. It's like, this front end's just going to be up to date even though I'm messing around in the PHP because I'm really cool. And Anton Tron wants to get on the list. So no, I will have to dispatch the command, Craig. But this is using Laravel's broadcast, which uses pusher as an event source. That's the wrong word. But let's do this now, right? What we do is we go back to our event, which is something cool happened, and we return We had more people on the list. Yeah, it uses WebSockets behind the hood, Marcel. Yes, it uses WebSockets, sorry. Server events and WebSockets, in fact, both of those. So we've got Marcel Araujo. Sorry if I butchered your name. And then we've got Ciasco. And then we've got Anton Runton, who also wanted to get on the list. So if I dispatch this event now, all things being well, this front end will just update, right? Without any refresh. That's what I'm hoping will happen. Any bets if that will work? Any bets? I've just broken something. I couldn't start the poll again, so we'll just do it. So the state should get updated. Therefore, the render should get updated, and we're doing it all by messing about in the back end, right? So we've dispatched it, and hopefully, fingers crossed, it doesn't work. It didn't work. So let's see why it didn't work. Oh, this is the LI. Why didn't it work? Weird. React checks exactly. React should handle this. I don't know why that didn't work. It definitely should have worked. Let's see if we saw the event. I shouldn't have needed to save the file. PHP Storm does it all for me, Marcel, but that's not a bad bet. I'm going to check the debug console to see if we got the API message, which we did, which didn't have the new... what's that? 1423. Yeah, that didn't have the new list of people. So maybe I didn't save the file. Like, I shouldn't need to save the file. PHP Storm should do all that stuff for me. But let's try again. So let's check here. Now we should have another event that's happened. Yeah, look, it's not... what I'm guessing here is that there's a cache issue in Laravel. Anyone who's used Laravel will know, like, caching is pain in the ass sometimes. I'm guessing the serialization of this object is cached somewhere in Laravel. So this event handler is probably this queue worker is probably the thing that's caching it. So let's restart the worker. Laravel does a ton of caching under the hood, and I know that it has caches for this, because if I go to Artisan event cache, see, I know that exists for cache handling. Thank you so much for the follow, Anton. That's really kind of you. I don't know if that's enough to do the job, but I've restarted the worker as well, which perhaps will do the job. So let's try it again and see if caching was the problem. Try it and see. Oh no, I've started another worker. That's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to dispatch the event. So it's dispatched the event. It's dispatched the event with a new name. So now we should see, there we go. Awesome. It's caching. It's always caching. So why am I so excited about this is the question on everyone's lips. And the reason I'm so excited about this is because I want to be able to update front ends which don't have keyboard or don't have mouse attached. I want to have front ends that are on like the booth when I'm working at conferences. I want to have web pages that I can load onto a TV in a room that doesn't have a keyboard and mouse, and we can update what's on the TV. I want to be able to have overlays that are running on my screen that get updated by people putting commands into chat. We used to have them, but I broke them, so they don't work anymore. I want to be able to use all of these cool ways of updating the front end from PHP, because I just think it's so powerful. I really, really do. And I want to write a talk on it, essentially. And I think this is a pretty good solution right here, personally. I don't know how you peeps feel. Like, as I said, I've used other technology to do this in the past. I've used Twilio Sync, which is a Twilio product. I work for Twilio. I've used Twilio Sync to do this. I used Twilio Sync was really cool. I just found like it was let's use the right words. I found it was unwieldy to get the JSON-P stuff working, and it was just like, a headache to get everything up and running. It wasn't trivial to get this running, and I feel like with Pusher, this should be trivial to add to any project, personally. And then I've also used Firebase, which is what the demo that I showed you earlier was using. And Firebase gives you this out of the box because it's got a JavaScript library, and because it's got a you can do things in PHP. It's got a PHP library and a JavaScript library, so you can do this kind of thing using Firebase. I tend to think this is like cooler. You tell me. I tend to think this is better because I can do a lot of the logic shuffling in PHP, which I know really well. And I could use MySQL now to like persist this stuff or whatever. I could use a database. I shouldn't say MySQL because I normally use Postgres. But I could use just my normal database. I could publish this to AWS Lambda using Bref or Forge or whatever the other one is. You know, I can use the full Laravel ecosystem here. So I feel like this is kind of cool. I don't know what you feel. I do kind of like this though. So if I artisan cache, event cache. So if I just clear the events cache and then dispatch the event, is that enough to update the front end? Or do I have to restart the worker? I hope I don't have to restart the worker. That feels clunky. Like, do I have to, is it because, it's probably because the workers, let's try it and see again. Let's restart the worker and then dispatch the event and see if that updates it. Yeah, okay, so you need to restart the worker. There's got to be a relatively easy way around that though, right? It's because you're making changes on the code level. Do you think it's op-cached, Mark? Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's op-cached, right? It's op-caching that code because it's just a PHP array, so it can be op-cached. Whereas if it was pulling from a DB, it wouldn't be able to be op-cached. Yeah, I agree. I totally agree with you, Mark. I think you're nailed on there. I think if we pulled this, if this was using persistence layer to grab the information, then it would be a different kettle of fish. I don't think it's to do with the worker, actually. I think the worker's... Maybe it is to do with the worker. Maybe it is. I think it's because this static array can be op-cached, essentially, is what the problem is. Because it's just code. It's just code. So it can just be op-cached easily, and it is getting op-cached. 100% the worker. What, you think the worker's reading this in and then maybe it's not op-cache then. I'm thinking, I think if this was in a persistence layer, we would it would work. Okay, let's try it and see. I do agree. I agree with your outcome. I'm just not 100%. I agree with the statement. If it was pulling from the DB, it would be different. Worker reads the code base on boot and doesn't look for changes regardless of op-cache. See, I don't know. Let's try it and see. I don't 100% disagree with you. I just don't 100% agree with you. so you definitely could be right here. But let's just do it, because we can just like easily do this, right? Let's just do artisan. Yeah, I know why. Oh, same reason as to why you need to restart worker when deploying changes. Changes to the worker. Yeah, but you're right. It's because it's a code change that I'm doing and not a persistence change. Let's fix that anyway, right? Make migration. Can I make a migration with a seeder? Is it just -- seeder? Peeps migration. How do I name migrations properly in Laravel world? I constantly forget these things. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Migrations. Migrations. Yeah, if I change the code, I would definitely have to restart the worker, and essentially I am changing the code. So I think you're right. Have you tried Laravel IDEA inside your IDE? I bought it a year ago, and then I didn't see a lot of. I'll be honest, I didn't see a lot of difference. I didn't see a lot of benefit. So, yeah. Wait one, because it's telling me I'm being told I've got a meeting right now, but I don't think I do have a meeting. I think it's I think my calendar's lying to me. I can't hide my desktop from this scene either. There we go. Wait one. Wait one. Today. Oh, Lewis is available. Idiot. Heck, Brent. Heck, Brent. How you doing, Brenty? I'm just quickly changing my calendar because I've overrun on my stream, which is a good problem to have. There we go. Boop. Boop. Oh, boop. Calendar revealed on stream. Doesn't matter. Okay. Creating makes creating a model with a migration and seeder very easy, for example. Does it? Really? Oh. Because, like, I didn't really know what... leaked, yeah. My calendar was leaked. Roar! I didn't really know what benefits it was giving me before, Craig. I'll buy it and install it for next time. It's all good. Like, I'll definitely do that. And then we can use it. We can absolutely use it next time. Sorry, Lewis. I overran my stream. All of the console makes it built into your IDE. Oh, well, we should definitely take a look at that next time. I'll do it for tomorrow. Remind me what we were generating migrations. Okay, so they should be called create underscore the table name underscore table. Create peeps table. And then can I do seed set seed? There's I thought there was like a way you could create like other stuff with it at the same time. Oh, heck. Or is that create model? Is it create model that has migrations? Make model. That you can say create the migrations and create. Yeah, that's it. Migrations, seeder factory. Okay, so let's do that. Stream tomorrow. I heard that model with M&S. Awesome. So, dash. I want a factory. I want a migration. I want a seeder. FML. It should be FMS. And then let's call it peeps. Do I need to put model on the end for models? Oh, I don't. I can do what I want. This is not exactly going to be deployed to production, so who cares? Okay, so then we can do PHP artisan migrate. Oh, that's just going to create an empty table though, right? Idiot. Let me get rid of Slack again because it's annoying. Okay, so then we go to the migrations. Create peeps table. Where's the peeps table? Hey, You're supposed to have created a migration. You pluralize models. Okay, all right. I agree with you. I completely agree with you. I just haven't coded in anger in I don't know how long. There we go. Yeah, I don't know why that is, Craig. I've only just started using this. I'm cold. I've only just started using this version of PHP Storm. I never needed to do that previously. So, let's just call it name, right? I don't care. Let's just do a string where it's called name. Yeah, and now I need to do fresh. I forget. Artisan. DB migrate. Yeah, it could be anything to do with my migrate fresh. That's what I want. Thank you, Mark. On my screen, you always, like, your chat comes through 1 second after I've remembered what I actually need to do, but I do appreciate it. And then if we go to Cedars and then call it a peep cedar, I mean, I don't really need a factory, but that's fine. This, I can't remember how to do this. This is where I need some help. How do I use Cedars? I forget. This, read the docs. Read the docs, read the docs. Oh yeah, I just use the static app. Of course I do. I use the wonderful facade. The facade. Inside database seeder, add a call to your peep seeder. Yes, 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 yes. I think there's a, like, wasn't there just a, I thought the seeder used to have, like, whatevs. I thought it just used to have, like, a property you could add the seeders to. Peeps, seeder. I don't remember how to do this. We'll come back to that in a second. The table is peeps. No, create. I can't remember how to do any of this stuff. Insert. It's the... Is that enough? Can I just, like, do that? That should work, right? And then we go database seeder, and then I need to tell it what to do. Then I need to tell it what to do. Call. This call. Peep. Why not just create a new model? Why not? Why not? Why not create a new model? It's a good question. Make db seed. Okay, that should exist now, right? So in our command, we need this array. We do $peeps equals db. I don't know if this is a terrible way of doing it. You tell me. Should I just use the model to do this? Should I do peeps all? No, I want to fetch one column though, right? Isn't there a way I can do that? Isn't there a way I can just pluck? Is it pluck? Pluck name. That looks like it should be right. I'm winning here. I'm winning. Pluck. Thank you. Dispatch the event. It didn't actually do anything though. Oh. What? Oh. I totally expected that to work. I totally expected that to die with the peeps in it. Is this cached again? No. I totally expect that. I mean, this can't be working, right? This can't be getting through to... It is getting through. What is going on here? What is going on here? What have I even... Same thought it would die in console. I did as well. That isn't from DB and Pusher. It would only have one item. Exactly. I'm not even returning the DB and Pusher. This is not getting... This is not dying. This is not getting run. Is that because this is getting run in the worker? It shouldn't be getting run in the worker because... Oh, probably is getting run in the worker. Probably is getting run in the worker, and then the worker needs restarting for this to actually take. I'm so hungry now. I probably should have had lunch before I started this stream. Yeah. It's getting run in the worker, so I've killed the worker. That's fine. But I should just be able to do like peeps in here now, right? Because that's an array. Will it cast it to an array for me? Can I can cast it myself? It's a collection. Yeah, I thought it might be. Okay, so that should work though, right? What do we think? I think this works now. I think this works now. And then we go here, and then there we go. Awesome. So now I should be able to, like, not have to restart the worker, we think. I should be able to add new people to the seeder. And run the seeder. And then dispatch the event, and then that should... It... Weird... that's because it's in the wrong format, right? That's because what's the event here is not... Oh, I don't empty my... Number one, I don't empty my database in my seeder. I don't truncate my table in my seeder, which is bad. God, I'm hungry and I'm making mistakes. Okay, so that should fix that problem. And I don't know why that didn't fix it in the front end, though. That's weird, right? That's very weird. That is very strange. Very strange. Oh. No, that's right. Why is that not? Weird. I done bust something that I shouldn't have done bust. That is really odd. I did, Johnny. How you doing? Good to see you. That is really weird. Like the state looks like it should be correct, right? We can see that here. Oh, it's not. Is there an extra level of array? There is an extra level of array. There's an extra level of array in the here. There's the extra level of array. Nobody in chat spotted that. Nobody. I am the bestest. I didn't... Did I delete anything from the React component? No. That's just an extra level of array in the I did delete something, did I? What did I delete? What did I delete? Just a console.log, I thought. Oh, I can't believe I've broken the front end that was working perfectly. I'm so hungry. I'm so hungry now. So hungry now. How have I possibly broken that? How have I Oh, this is because this is login, right? I've logged out somehow. That's what's happened. I logged out. Now I can't log back in because I've broken all of the it shouldn't actually matter, right? Yeah, it's on the dashboard, isn't it? Idiot. Idiot! Because I've broken all of the login forms somehow because they don't have the right templates. I can probably fix that quickly. I'm so hungry now, though. Yeah, I need to fix the slots. I just didn't know if I could be bothered. I could remove the auth. Yeah, that would work. Oh, see, because this extends layouts. It's like this terrible mismatch of... It extends app. Can I do this? How do I do it using the old-fashioned version? At... Yeah, it is because reacting over the top of Breeze. I'd have to fix this. Is it yield? Content. I feel like that may work. There we go. I've got this wonderful mismatch of styles. Huh? Oh, I don't have a seeder for my user, do I? So what's happened is I've reset the database. I've reset the database and then I've not created a seeder for my user, which is something I normally do. Password, next thing to be leaked. It's just password, so do what you will with that. I guess I have to restart the worker one last time. I think this is getting cached, you know. I think that the worker is caching stuff under the hood. See, that works now. I think it is. I guess it's because that what... No, I guess that's because it was the code I changed, because I changed the format of the array in the code, not anything in the database. But if we add one more person to the peeps list, so let's add, like, who's the last person to speak? Let's add Phyllis Binary, yes, and let's add web mark Railton. Now update seeder, which I am doing. Now if we dispatch that, run the seeder first. Does the seeder shouldn't be truncated in the user table though, right? Is it because I did a fresh on the database earlier? Is that what caused that to happen? There we go. Migrate fresh. Yeah, I suspected as much. It's just it kept me logged in until the session timed out, right? Awesome. I think even though I've made quite the dog's dinner of that today, I feel like that is actually going to be easier than using something like Sync or Firebase because everything's inside Laravel. Everything's in PHP land. I don't need to worry about learning new tech. I can just use this. Use this to trigger updates in the front end. I know that it uses like Pusher to do it, and I don't know what Pusher's price is. I've got no idea. Thanks, Felix. Noted for next time. Everything's magic. Everything is magic. Like, can I see how much I'd need to do before I had to pay? Can I? Excuse me. So, for free, you get 100 concurrent connections, 200,000 messages per day. I mean, that seems like it would be a lot for what I want to use this stuff for, right? Don't you think? I feel like it would be a lot. Anyway, that's me for today. I will be back tomorrow to play around more with this stuff. I am possibly going to play around more with this, or I'm going to take a look at CouchDB and PouchDB and see how, if that is a more elegant way of doing it. So far, I'm really happy with this. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and it's good to be back. And yes, I am hoping to stream a lot this week, because why not? Huh? Why not stream a lot this week? So let's go and hang out with CLDub. It's been beautiful to see you all. I am going to raid CLDub, and I will see you all tomorrow. Oh, yes, I forget that I have to go 10 seconds before. I have to say things for 10 seconds after I've clicked the raid button, but now I'm going to raid now. Don't forget to follow if you haven't, so you'll know when I go live tomorrow. Bye-bye.